All right, it's Richard. Thanks for coming to my vlog. As you can tell, this time I'm wearing a headset because I haven't figured out how to get rid of that weird background noise from my previous couple videos, which I think it's picking up from the webcam. So I'm using a headset this time, so that way there's no weird background noise. Anyways, for my update this month at the end of April, beginning May, that is 1 year and 11 months out, almost at my 2 year anniversary. I still have the goal to reach 160 pounds by the end of May. So I have one more month. Right now, I'm at 162 and a half. So I only have a 2.5 more pounds to go. Although this morning I kind of weighed in at 163, so a little bit higher. Uh, for this past month, I thought I've been losing weight pretty slowly for the past 2 or 3 months, where I feel like I've kind of plateaued, but kind of looking back on the data that I've written down each day, like goes up and down constantly, of course. But I feel like I am still losing weight, just not as fast as I used to as I'm getting closer to my target weight. Because when I first started, I would lose like 10 pounds, 8 pounds a month. Um, and for the past year, for the first year or so, I've been losing like 8 pounds a month. But this whole past year, I've only been losing like maybe five or so. And now in these past like couple months, it's only been like 3 pounds a month. So it's really slowing down a lot, unfortunately. But it's still going. I may have to reassess what I'm doing. Something that I did change in my routine is for my lower body days, I started adding in a glute exercise. So instead of doing leg extensions on the machine, I decided to start doing squats now because that will still hit the same areas as my leg extensions, but now I can start hitting glutes too. Because I've noticed in the mirror when I'm like kind of looking at like basically my skin, um, my skin kind of sags in my butt because I haven't been working out my glutes. So I need to work out my glutes to stop that like sag. Um, And the option was either to do squats and combine two exercises into one, or I was thinking just keeping the leg extensions and then doing a hip thrust exercise, which from the research I found was hip thrusts are technically more optimal to do if you're just isolating the glutes. But I'm already at the gym for like an hour and a half when I go. So I decided to just combine the two exercises into one so that way I'm not spending any extra time in the gym. So I think that works best for me. And then my other exercise I started incorporating was on my upper body days. Since I'm doing mostly upper body that day, I'm already hitting like abs on my lower body days on the machine with the crunches. But this time on upper body day, I found I don't know if it's a machine because it's stationary, but it's like where you kind of elevate yourself and you hang and you're like holding these bars here, like on my armchair, um, and you hang and you lift your legs up so you can do lower abs. So that's what I've been doing on my upper body's day, even though it's technically lower body exercise, uh, which does add an extra exercise I have to do. I think part of why things are slowing down a bit as well is I'm still maintaining my diet. I just haven't been as strict lately, so I just need to be more strict again. And then also, as far as like cardio goes, usually on lower body days, I'll do most of my cardio then. I'll run on the elliptical for about 30 minutes or so, or 25 minutes. Um, but I haven't been doing that, and I've been opting to go for walks instead, which I try to do each day now. But some days I just don't, uh, and I don't. I feel like I don't burn as many calories just going for a walk for the same amount of time. So that's probably leaving like 100, 150 calories on the table each day that I could have otherwise have burned. So I'm gonna try to get back on the elliptical more. Part of the reason for that is usually my phone is pretty much dead, and I like to watch an episode of an anime on my phone while I'm on the elliptical. So maybe I'll just like charge my phone at work so that way it's not as like dead when I go to the gym after work. But that's basically where I'm at as far as like physical changes. My progress photo doesn't really show much changes from the previous month, unfortunately. But in terms of myself in the mirror, I can kind of see the changes. It just doesn't really show up that well in the photo. I have noticed like my upper body and shoulders are definitely more defined. My arms are definitely bigger if I flex. Like if I'm like really flexing, um, then I can definitely see my arms are like actually pretty big. But when I'm not flexing, it doesn't look like that at all. But here, I'll show you what's on my chart. Okay, so here you have, let's see, I started at, so by the end of March, I was 166 and a half, but then by the end of April, as 103, but the progress photo I took is at 162 and a half. So if you look at like my progress photo compared to before, end of March as 166 and a half, and then end of April as 162 and a half. So that's a 4 pound difference. So it's actually pretty good. That's 1 pound a week actually, um, more than I thought, because I've been like losing like 3 pounds a month for the past couple months. I feel like, but yeah, if you see the progress photos, I kind of look the same. Maybe you can see some more shoulder definition here compared to here. I still have like the pouch here. This end of March, and same thing here, end of April. Um, you could kind of see like some indentation here a little bit, and I am hoping next month at my 2 year anniversary is where stuff is really going to show, because I feel like I'm at the threshold where even the smallest amount of changes ends up showing a lot more now, which I feel like I'm getting there. Um, One thing I've also noticed, oh, and this is just like if you want to see everything going up and down from April, yeah, starting at like 166 and 167, and kind of trends up and down over time. But like I finally gotten to much lower, so 162 and a half. So I think by the end of May at my 2 year anniversary, I should definitely hit 160, maybe even a bit less, hopefully. Um, yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at as far as any stretch goals. Well, I think that'll be for the next video, for my 2 year anniversary video. But I think I could go down to 150 even. I think there's still a lot of fat that I have to lose, um, especially for my height, 5'7", and we'll see how it goes. I'll have to reassess myself at that point. All right.